I already put my primer on. I use my Laura Mercier primer. This is the foundation primer in Radiance Bronze. It has a nice glow to it. So if you're seeing like a glow to my skin, that's what this is. It has a little bit of a tint to it. They have the two shades. They have it in pearl and bronze. Pearl for lighter skin tones, bronze for deeper skin tones. I'm going to start with my face first today. We're going to do the 3-in-1 method. 3-in-1 is where I'm going to take all of my complexion products. I'm going to lay up on my face at the same time, and then we're going to blend them together. Just takes a little bit less time and less product as well. So I'm going to be using 3 products. I'm going to be using from my, I'll pin it in just a second. For my highlight, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Suede. For my contour, I'm going to be taking my Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. Shade is 4.3. And then for my foundation, I'm going to be using the ColourPop in shade 185. You want to make sure that you're using either liquid or creamy products, and use products that are not going to set quickly because it's going to make the blending a lot more difficult if you do it that way. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to lay down my highlight. Again, this is Fenty Beauty, her matchstick in the shade Suede. I'm gonna lay this down where I would normally highlight. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. Again, I'm going to use shade 4.3. This is a double-ended product. One side is going to give you foundation. The next side is going to give you the matching contour for it. The foundation is a little bit too deep for me, which is why I'm not going to use that today. But the contour is beautiful, and it blends really nicely. So that's what I'm going to do. And I have to use my brush to get to the product because I have used this contour to death. Alright, and I'm going to lay this down in all of my contouring areas. And you guys don't forget, I am going to be doing my highlight contour class the last Sunday in July. If you are interested, just email me and I can give you information on it. And if you're already signed up for the my 3-week class, you're going to be automatically enrolled into that highlighter and contour class. And if you've taken my classes before, you're automatically enrolled in it. We have our highlight down, we have our contour down. Now we're going to put our foundation in the areas where we don't have product as of yet. I'm actually going to put a little bit more. I'm actually going to put a little bit more highlight underneath that contour just to help clean that up a little bit, do a little bit of reverse contouring. Just underneath where that contour is set. Hey, Miss Mabel! And now we're going to take our ColourPop foundation. Again, this is in the shade 185. And we're going to lay this in the areas where we don't have product as of yet. I do, Courtney. I really do. Yes. I definitely approve of this foundation. I'm going to take a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape because it's going to be hard to get that concealer on the bridge of my nose without lifting this foundation, and I'm just popping a little bit of that Shape Tape along my nose. I'm giving myself extra coverage on my nose and under here because this is where my my complexion products always break up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a blend done. All right, so I'm gonna take my e.l.f. stippling brush, and first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the areas where I have my highlight, and I'm going to start to move that out and blend it. I'm gonna start with all the light areas first on the face, and then we'll start reaching for the foundation, and then finally we will hit the contour. So you're gonna take on that stippling brush again, and you can do this with a sponge. I'm just using a brush this time because, you know, using a brush is usually going to give you a little bit more fuller coverage than what a sponge is going to do. A sponge is going to soak up some of that product and kind of take a little bit of the coverage away. So that's why I'm using a sponge. Like, I will probably go over it with a sponge after I get everything blended, just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth down. I don't have any patchiness anywhere. But for right now, I'm going to be doing this with a brush just to get as much coverage from these products as I can. So for right now, I'm going to look a little bit light just because like a majority of what we have blended is highlights. So it's going to look like my skin tone isn't matching right now. But once we get the contour blended along with this, it helps to balance everything out and it'll all make sense. Now I'm going to go ahead and start blending out the contour. And this is where it's going to start to balance everything out. And it's going to start bringing like, it's going to start balancing everything out. It's going to bring my color back. Don't be giving me angry faces, okay? So now that I have everything blended with the brush, I'm going in with my sponge. This is from Sigma Beauty. This is their 3D blender. Sorry, 3D HD blender. And now we're gonna go ahead and just start pushing on everything, just making sure it's pushed into the skin, make sure there's no streaks. And so now you can see that the contour is blended in with this. It's looking more like my actual skin tone now. I'm gonna take that same sponge. I'm gonna dip it into this powder that I have in my cap. And I'm gonna use this to set the concealer. I'm not gonna bake, so I'm going to just continue to push this into the skin until it starts to vanish. And when it's, yeah. Now the one thing, if you've been watching my lives and watching me do this, you're gonna know I love this sponge for the nose. And you'll see why in just a few moments. It gets my nose together. We have that set. I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer just around the perimeter of my face just to help warm it up just a little bit more. For that, I'm actually going to try... If you all, oh yeah, it's not on this recording. We got more PR, you guys, from Laura Mercier. She sent some complexion products over with some brushes. So I am going to actually, I don't know exactly how well, honestly, it's going to work on my complexion, but I still want to try it because it looks really pretty. So this is her matte bronzing powder, and then in the shade Soleil 2. And sometimes with these kind of bronzers, when they look like they're going to be too light, they actually still do give a nice shadow effect on the skin. So we're going to try it because we never know until we try. And she sent over her bronzing brush. But I was like, I don't want to use it because look, she's got like her name is embossed in here. I was like, it's so pretty. Like, I don't even want to use it. But I'm going to use her bronzing brush with it. It's a nice round top kabuki shape. All right, let's see. Let's see what this does. Oh, okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, even though sometimes it looks like it's gonna be too light in the pan, once you apply it, you can actually see, it does actually give a nice bronze. That's why sometimes you just gotta try it and see what happens. That's actually nice. Thank you, Miss Laura. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, sorry, this embossment's gonna go because this is really pretty. So again, this is her matte bronzing powder in shade Soleil 2. Yeah, that's actually really nice. She said if it's too light, you can send it to me. Girl, look, nah, it's good. We good. We chill. That's actually super nice. It gives like a nice shadow effect. Like it's not too warm. That's the other thing about it. I was worried because it's a little bit cool. So I was like, oh, this is gonna look gray on me. But it is like, it just gives like a nice shadow effect. It's very subtle. This is really pretty. They sent a second complexion product as well. This is their Candleglow Sheer Perfection Powder. And this is in the shade number 5. It's right here. And they sent, for this one, they sent their finishing brush. Yes, it's really nice. All right, so I'm going to use this finishing brush. I'm going to just put a little bit on there, and this is really fun. Like you can actually see like the like when I'm putting the powder on here, you can see it like lifting up. It's really fun, really fine powder. Okay, and I'm going to run this over the areas where I have the banana powder. And this is just gonna add like an extra little bit of glow to the skin. They said you can use this also with the bronzing powder if you want like even more impact on it. But this is like really spaced out bristles, so it's nice and soft. Like it gives you a little bit of coverage, but not too much. It's not overdone. Okay, so that's nice. I love the bronzer. The finishing powder, I can see what it's doing, but it's probably not something that I will reach for every day, honestly. But it is pretty. But I probably won't reach for it every day. Okay, so that is complexion. That is the 3-in-1 method. Again, just make sure that you're using like creamy or liquid products, and make sure that you're using something that is not going to be quick setting, that you'll be able to let sit on the skin. So while you're working on your other areas blending, it's not going to dry down for you. I have done that before. It is not fun trying to blend something out once it's starting to set, especially on this method. So yeah, that is my full face foundation routine. Ta-da! And yeah, that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys. Again, if you did enjoy, please make sure that you are liking and following so you can get a notification in the mornings when I start. It will be back at 6 a.m.-ish Eastern time. And also, if you want to find me on other social media, you can find me on Instagram at Brittkbeauty. I'm all one word, and that's where I'm going to be posting my pictures, and also where I list all the products that were used in case you missed anything throughout the live. So yeah, everybody have a safe and blessed day. I love you guys. Hopefully I will see you all tonight. If not, I will see you tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Bye-bye.